Hello, I'm James, CEO of QuantFun. I was invited today by Dr. Alex Lee to share a bit about our company, what we do with investing in digital assets, and I think you'll find it really exciting. I'm sorry that I have to be recorded. As you watch this video, I'm on a flight to Abu Dhabi to go to Solana Breakpoint, another one of the world's leading cryptocurrency conferences. So I'll give you a brief introduction to my company. I'll walk you through our website, and then I'll try to discuss some of the things that make us really special and why you might want to invest with Quant.Fun. So to begin, Quant.Fun brings hedge funds on chain. We are a B2B2C company, and then we provide people access around the world to those hedge funds where they can deposit as little as $10 to get started. We're able to do this because it is a non-custodial setup where you can deposit money into a smart contract, but uh, that money is never controlled by me or the hedge fund that's making the trades, which is very interesting. This is very different than traditional finance. And so you can take out your money whenever you like, put more in. It's entirely up to you. Your money is always under your control. And if our trades make you money, which they seem to often do, then we will share in the profits. And so I'll share a little bit more about me. My name is James. I founded Coinworth Capital, which is my family investment trust fund, through the Harvard Innovation Labs here when I was a student back in 2022. Started operating on that in 2023. Performed pretty well and learned a lot about trading with that. I based that work on some of my graduate school research on the fundamentals of proof of work cryptocurrencies, which helped me know when to buy and sell Bitcoin, which is a very important thing. Using fundamentals to figure out like what is it actually worth right now. And typically, I prefer to be long only, and I'll buy when the market price is substantially below the real value, and then sell when they get closer together again. And that's worked really well for me so far. Uh, and so I am a computer scientist. That was my graduate work here at Harvard. I concentrated in economics in undergrad at The Ohio State University, another university that has many East Asian students. When I was there, we had over 10,000 Chinese students. And so that's a bit about my background. And then our company is Quant.Fun. We have 4 employees right now. We launched earlier this year, but have gotten amazing adoption by institutions, including signed hedge funds. So we're working with them to get their strategies launched on our platform. Right now, we only have our own strategies up. And then through with distributors, people like Dr. Lee, who are very talented at sharing good stories and very high quality products with people around the world. And so I'm excited to be collaborating with him. So our goal is to help make DeFi investing easier for both the hedge funds and for investors like yourselves. And so I think that one of the reasons why so many people don't invest in DeFi is because it's very complex to understand, and there are risks that are different than traditional finance. Not that there are more risks than traditional finance necessarily, but they're different and harder to understand sometimes. And then, frankly, the user experience on many websites is just not very easy to use. And so, for those reasons, a lot of investors are missing out on the really high returns that are available within DeFi. And so, that's another thing that my company strives to do. I'm going to show you our demo site. Do I share my screen here? All right. And so you can see that our goal is to help you grow your money effortlessly. You can access hedge fund returns, which used to only be limited to very, very rich people, although I'm sure that many of you are very, very rich. Uh, you can access those with our automated investment vaults. We have different levels of risk reward, all the way from very stable, simple, stable coin yield through lending, and then more interesting assertive strategies that use opportunities that are only available in DeFi that you couldn't pull off on Coinbase or Binance on some of the larger exchanges. And so I'm going to launch our application. You can see here some of our vaults. Right now we have 6 currently running, but we have more running in the back end. And something I'm really excited about is that in a few days, on the 17th, we'll be releasing our leverage versions of these that have been running in the background. And so let me show you this one. This is based upon my graduate work here at Harvard. And so what it does is it just slowly earns yield, and then it places trades that almost always win based upon Bitcoin fundamentals. And it doesn't trade very often, but it does win pretty well when it does win. and then it goes back to earning yield. And so the 1x version has 15% or so, the 2x around 30, and then the 3x around 45% with a 6% max drawdown. So these are very high performing strategies, and you actually get to choose what level of risk reward that you want to take on, which is something that we're very passionate about, is providing you with that choice and that agency. And what you can do is if you have a wallet, you'll connect it here, and then you can just deposit and withdraw at will. Typically, we only have a 2-hour redemption delay. We also have a portfolio page where you can view your positions in all of your vaults, which are the on-chain hedge funds. Also call them vaults. And we also have a third-party website that you can click on there so that you can actually see, oh, this is verified by someone else that isn't just quant.fun, although we do have very high quality information. So if you look at one of our pages here, we have a risk tag, we have a brief description of it. I made videos for all of our strategies so you can learn more about how they operate. And then we have transparency work down here. You can see which tokens they use, which protocols on chain, and then you can actually also peek at the deposits history just to verify that all this is real. And so this is becoming one of our more popular products because there's not really much like it on the market, and it's very exciting for me. And so this one is also very interesting. It's our currently highest performing one that is not leveraged. So 17% APY unleveraged is pretty great. This one is a bit more complicated. It is using both lending and perpetual futures. So we are earning a little bit of interest called funding rates from the perpetual futures that are in this, but it's a something that's only possible with DeFi, but this is through a partnership with one of the largest and safest DeFi protocols called Jupiter. So we use both Jupiter and Drift for this one, so it's a little bit more complicated, but the APY is pretty great. And you, like I said before, you can't pull this off on any centralized exchange because those assets cannot exist off chain in the same way. And so that's a little bit about our product. I thought, and I'm really excited for our update on the 17th. All of this is going to look much prettier. And so I'm going to stop my screen share and go back to talking to you. And so, how this works is that you will deposit into a vault. It's very much like an on-chain hedge fund, but it's non-custodial. So you control your money always, and you can always take your money out. You don't have to ask my permission to take your money out, which is really important. Another thing that's really powerful versus traditional hedge funds is that we are entirely transparent. You can see all performance anytime updated by the minute, which blows normal hedge funds out of the water. And then finally, we have more interesting opportunities that you simply can't have access to within a traditional hedge fund. And so I'm really excited to share this with you. Another thing that I value and that we've consistently built into this is that we really like to have a customized risk reward profile where you get to choose. Do you want to choose a higher risk profile with more volatility or a lower risk profile or maybe somewhere in the middle? And so we really want to respect each individual's investor's preferences based upon how much leverage they want or no leverage involved in the strategy that they're choosing. Although we don't do anything that's wild and high with leverage. The maximum leverage is only 3x, and it's on a very safe and proven and very risk controlled product. Another thing that I'll share for those of you that are more familiar with trading is that we have built-in risk management that prevents us from losing money within these vaults when trades don't go the way we expect, which is standard for quantitative finance. But we're not just buying and selling blindly. We have very intelligent rules that help us to preserve capital in cases where trades don't win, but they typically do win. Finally, I'm really excited for us next year as we onboard more and more hedge funds. We expect to, or our goal is to launch 50 more hedge fund strategies on chain on all kinds of varieties of assets, including things like X stocks, so tokenized stocks, maybe some more real world assets like real estate could be involved with us there. But there's so many opportunities to make money just with Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana trading that I think that still will be our bread and butter in the short term. You can reach out to me if you like on Telegram. My username is at James Burns Bacon. You can also find me on LinkedIn. If you look up James Burns Harvard or James Burns Quant, I have a little cartoon guy that you'll be able to see there. And you can also email me if you like, which is my email is james@quant.fun. James@quant.fun. Thank you so much for listening to us. and I hope that we get to work together. Thank you.